To the war in Afghanistan, 6 more American troops were killed over the weekend, 4 of them in the latest apparent insider attack by Afghan forces. Such attacks, they're also known as green on blue because of the uniforms worn by NATO and Afghan troops. There have been more than 50 NATO troops killed in such attacks this year alone. U.S. Marine Greg Buckley, he was one of them. He was killed by those he trained in Afghanistan in an attack earlier this month. Also, David Arosto reports Buckley actually told his family it would happen.
This was the game Greg Buckley Jr. was supposed to see back home on leave from Afghanistan, where he helped train Afghan forces. The 21-year-old Marine had only 2 days left before heading home to see his brother play varsity high school football for the first time. But before getting word that he was to go home early, he phoned his dad.
He told me that if I have to stay here till November, he says, I'm not going to come home. And I don't understand. He goes, you got to be able to tell Mom and Justin and Shane, that I'm going to be killed over here. I said, out in the field, or whatever. He goes, no, in our base.
Then it happened. Greg was gunned down August 10th by the very forces he was training. Like he said, it happened inside the base. And by his phone calls and letters, he knew it was coming. And on one particular night on guard duty, he had a run-in with a trainee.
The guy turned around and said to Greg, we don't want you here and we don't need you here. And Greg said, what'd you say? And he said it again. And Greg turned around and said to him, why would you say that? I'm here, giving my life for you guys to help you, to make better. Do better for yourselves. And the guy just started tormenting him all night.
His dad says Greg spent the rest of the night with the trainee.
Pitch black out, and all he kept on saying over and over again is, we don't want you, we don't need you, we don't want you, we don't need you.
Building up local security is considered the linchpin of NATO's strategy for withdrawal. But attacks by trainees have become disturbingly more frequent. Families like the Buckleys say it's a sign America's longest war has gone on long enough.
I basically collapsed, and of course, his mother collapsed, and we were both on the floor, bawling.
But Greg's 2 brothers refused to cry, at least during the day.
One night I went into Shane's room, and he was on the end of the bed, and his head was hanging over the end of the bed. I thought he dropped water on the floor, and he was just bawling. My heart broke for him. And later on that night, I heard noises from Justin's room, and I went inside, and he had a pillow over his face at 4:30 in the morning, screaming at the top of his lungs, heart-wrenching. And I asked Shane and Justin, why don't you guys cry during the day? And they both turned around at the same time and said, we can't. We have to take care of you and Mom.
With the community behind them, the Buckley family is now coping as best they can. And Justin, Oceanside star running back wearing camo with his team to honor Greg, makes sure to salute his fallen brother each time he scores.
Justin! Oh! That's your kid!
Greg was supposed to be home for this game.
What would you tell him right now?
I'll tell him I love him and I miss him. Hey. That's about it. Thank you.
David Arosto, CNN, Oceanside, Long Island, New York.
We wish the very best for the Buckley family. President Obama